into concern about the safety of Kenyans in that side of the continent. It is the main story there on the front page of the Daily Nation. Protect our citizens, Kenya tells Tanzania, there on the front page. And most of the cartoons today just talking about what's happening in Tanzania. President Samia Suluhu Hassan was very clear as she took oath of office, and she declared that those who were behind the protests were not Tanzanians, but mostly foreigners, and Kenyans felt pointed or fingered for that matter. It is what we want to start with today. There are concerns that the Kenyan government has also been very slow to respond to these concerns. Yesterday, at least, the PCS, Musalia Mudavadi, who's also in charge of foreign affairs, held a meeting with his Tanzanian counterpart where he expressed concern on this, but Kenyans feel that he has been too slow to take action. Today being a Friday, it is a youth perspective, and we want to examine this with my panelists this morning. Beginning on my immediate right, Gakuna Castro is a political scientist and also the founder of the National People's Guard. Karibu sana. Also with us this Friday morning is Nick Mwangi, the Secretary General of the Kenya Ahadi Party. Karibu sana, Nick. And Kipkorir Brian also joins us this morning. He is a chairperson, UDA National Youth Congress. Karibu sana, Brian. Now, gentlemen, this discussion, we had it even last Friday, that the concerns about what the feeling that Tanzanians were, or the leadership in Tanzania felt that this was a foreign problem, that the influence to Tanzanians was coming from beyond their borders. And Kenyans felt, okay, fine, ni kama tunaangaliwa na jicho kando. Now it's turning out to be reality that yes, indeed, it is Kenyans who are being looked at from a suspicious angle. Do you think that this should just be let to pass?
Morning, friend, and morning to our viewers. When the relationship between Kenya and Tanzania, of course, now it's diminishing, and you know how close we are during the...
Allow me to cut you short. We do have a physical challenge, an audio challenge there. As we sort that out, let's go to Nick. It's the same concern that we were talking about last week.
Yes.
Now it is clear that yes, the finger is being pointed at Kenyans.
Well, a very good morning to our viewers, Fred. And first of all, it's a very sad morning for all of us here in Kenya because just from the speech of Samia Suluhu, when immediately after she got inaugurated, I could hear her say that the violence and protest happening in Tanzania is not Tanzanians themselves. These are people coming from outside. I know this is the saddest part, Fred. We had our sitting deputy president in that swearing process, yet he could not come out and defend Kenyans, Fred. As a matter of fact, Fred, Kenyans joined in Tanzanians to fight for their rights because Kenyans believe that since we are brothers and sisters, and when you see your brother being oppressed, you cannot keep quiet. You have to fight. So Kenyans came out and said, no, whatever Samia Suluhu is doing in this process is wrong. There's no democracy when you win with 98%. Many people are asking themselves, what was the process of her even jailing Tundu Lissu? It was totally pointless if and only if she wanted to win the election with a whole majority of 98%, then the process of detaining and putting Tundu Lissu is out of order and out of place. But that is beside the point. There is a serious looming relationship that gets worse and worse between Tanzanians and Kenya. And it's just a very sad state whereby we have had a whole office of foreign affairs that has kept quiet, that our people have been oppressed, have been tortured, and have been killed at the border and inside Tanzania. Yet the office of the office of the foreign affairs has kept quiet, Fred. So Kenyans are wondering, do we really have an existing relationship with Tanzanians? Do we really even want to continue being brothers and sisters? Because we have an existing relationship with these people not supporting us in all aspects. One, recently the late former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga was in AU. Tanzanians did not sit with us. And it cuts across a long way. We saw the former cabinet secretary, Dr. Amina Mohamed, the same title that she was fighting for. The Tanzanians not support us, but Tanzanians are good people. They have clean hearts. We see how we support Kenyans, support them in terms of their music. But when it comes to serious matters of leadership, I think this time round, there was no democracy in Tanzania.
Brian, the kind of relationship we've enjoyed between Kenya and Tanzania is one that is crucial for both countries. It is the biggest trade partner that we have.